Good morning. It's a really exciting day. Thank you all so much for being here with us today. My name is David Slayton, and I'm the Executive Officer and Clerk for the Los Angeles Superior Court. On behalf of the court and our partners at the LA County Department of Mental Health, the Public Defender, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and Los Angeles County Supervisor Hahn, welcome and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you to the LA County Superior Court, to Judge Jessner for hosting us this morning. Thank you to the media for joining us and covering what all of us feel is a very important announcement. You know, we know that there are too many people with severe mental illness who are living on the streets. We've all seen them. And so far, we've been unable to reach them or give them the care that they need. Families are at the end of their ropes, communities are frustrated, and leaders up and down the state have felt like our hands have been tied. And that's why what we're doing here today is so important. Tomorrow, we will be launching LA County's Care Court here at the Norwalk Courthouse. And just like the name suggests, it's a tool we will use to get people the care that they so desperately need. With Care Court, family members, first responders, social workers, and clinicians will be able to petition a judge not to sentence a mentally ill person to jail, but to help them into treatment, into housing, and connect them with care. This is a bold, untested initiative, and I know Care Court has its skeptics, but the status quo hasn't worked. And I applaud Governor Newsom and our state legislature for having the foresight and the ambition to try something new. This is a state law, so eventually every county in the state will have a Care Court. And initially, LA County wasn't going to have this program until next year. But we are ground zero for this problem, and so we moved our start date up an entire year. And I want to thank everyone with the LA County Superior Court, for the judges who've stepped up to preside in this Care Court, and to Dr. Lisa Wong and our entire County Department of Mental Health, our Public Defender, Ricardo Garcia, and his department, and for all of us coming together to make this possible. It's a testament to all our commitment to the people who are suffering from mental illness and their families, and our belief that we can make this system better and make it work for everyone. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone. I do want to start by thanking Supervisor Hahn for her support, her opening remarks, and her partnership in making today a reality. My name is Samantha Jessner, and I am the presiding judge of the Los Angeles County Superior Court, the Superior Court of Los Angeles County. I should probably say the court I work for correctly. I'm proud to stand before you today as the leader of the largest trial court in the nation to announce the early implementation of the Community Assistance Recovery and Empowerment Act, better known as Care Court, here in Los Angeles County. There is no doubt that Care Court in Los Angeles County could not have launched, as Supervisor Hahn mentioned, 1 year earlier than required, without teamwork, without the collaboration and coordination that we have been lucky and fortunate to have experienced among the following entities: the court, the Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health, the Los Angeles County Public Defender's Office and the Independent Defense Counsel's Office, the County Executive Office, as well as the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors, specifically Supervisor Hahn, over the last almost 1 year. The pace at which we proceeded, which was clipped, all right, reflects a deep and abiding commitment on the part of all of these entities to offer this new tool, this new opportunity to address our mental health crisis. Beginning tomorrow in Departments B and Z in this courthouse, we will start accepting petitions from the Department of Mental Health, first responders, loved ones, and other qualifying individuals or entities to connect those suffering from severe diagnosed and untreated schizophrenia or other specified psychiatric disorders into care court with the care and support they want and they need. The criteria for those eligible for care court is limited according to the law. Individuals must meet all of the following criteria to be considered eligible. They must be 18 years of age or older. They must be diagnosed within the schizophrenia and other psychotic disorders class and currently experiencing symptoms. They must not be clinically stabilized in ongoing treatment. Their mental health must be substantially deteriorating. They must be unlikely to survive safely in the community without support and/or need services to prevent relapse and deterioration. Participation in a care plan must be the least restrictive alternative, and it must be evident that they are likely to benefit from participation in a care plan. Those who do not qualify for care court may, however, qualify for other services provided by the LA County Department of Mental Health, and I know that the department stands ready to assist them. For those that do qualify, Care Court provides a new, innovative approach to addressing our county's mental health crisis. It is a voluntary civil court process that leverages judicial oversight to ensure participants receive the necessary mental health treatment and other support services they need and, frankly, they deserve to live healthy, independent, and successful lives here in Los Angeles County. This new tool provides an alternative to the way in which most individuals enter our county's mental health system, which is usually through the criminal justice system. As I said a moment ago, this is an opportunity to have a civil process that links those entities and those services. This is a viable alternative through Care Court, in which participating individuals will be connected to a team of experts, including doctors, counselors, case managers, importantly, people with lived experience, and others who will work with the individual to create a care plan tailored to their specific needs. The care plan may include many kinds of support, including counseling, medication, housing, social services, and more. A judicial officer, and we are proud that we will have 2 judges assigned to these 2 courtrooms who are wonderful people dedicated to this population. They will ensure service providers adhere to the court plan, and the individual will be provided with legal representation and a supporter of their choice to ensure they will be able to express their own preferences about treatment and make their own decisions. The court will set periodic review hearings to monitor the participants' progress and ensure service delivery, and the individual can remain enrolled in Care Court for up to 2 years. We are especially pleased with the structure that all of these entities have put in place that facilitates easy access to participation in Care Court proceedings, which, as I'm sure you know, are confidential. While Care Court cases will be heard here in the Norwalk Courthouse, As I said, in Departments B and Z, remote appearance options are available to participating individuals who are unable to travel to Norwalk to attend their hearings in person, and we anticipate that that will be an option that will be used a lot. And understanding that not everyone has access to the internet. The court is also providing dedicated private spaces at 12 courthouse and self-help center locations across Los Angeles County to ensure that all are able to participate in a way that it makes sense for them and is easy for them. Lastly, the court's self-help centers stand ready to assist individuals with questions relating to CareCourt. Self-help center staff have received many hours of training and are prepared to assist with form completion, procedural questions, and more, and those calls have already started to come in. In sum, we have endeavored to implement CareCourt in Los Angeles County in such a way that vulnerable individuals will feel empowered as the act contemplates to take advantage of assistance, support, and community to stabilize and lead independent and healthy lives. Lastly, I want to emphasize the court's deep gratitude for our partnership with the county on this critical endeavor. Government works best when we work together, and we work together on behalf of the citizens we serve. And the early launch of CareCourt tomorrow here in Los Angeles County is a perfect example of how various branches of government can come together to get things done on behalf of the communities that we serve. Thank you very much.
Thank you to all of you who are here with us today as we prepare to launch into our CareCourt program. And I just want to thank Supervisor Hahn and her unending support and encouragement to launch this a year early. And also all of our partners in the court system, with the Public Defender's Office, and a lot of different county departments. I think we've all seen not only how necessary this was to pull everybody together to be able to launch a year early, but also what a better program we're having, because we have this unprecedented level of collaboration amongst all these partners. So we're very, very grateful for that. So at the Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health, we are really committed to helping people get the support they need to improve their mental health and well-being. We are here to change the trajectory of people's lives. We believe there's no wrong door for someone who is seeking support, and that means helping people find programs and services that put them on a path to recovery. The CARE program provides an additional tool to help families and individuals find support for their loved ones. I think we've all seen on the streets, in our communities, there is a mental health crisis. And we have so many families and other individuals who have struggled for years in a heartbreaking way, to get the kind of help that they know their loved ones and that their neighbors need. And for those in our community who have untreated and severe mental health conditions, they often cycle through jails and emergency rooms because they have nowhere else to go and no one else to guide them. CareCourt can help break that cycle by providing these vulnerable individuals and those who care for them or care about them with a pathway to receive consistent help and support. CareCourt participants can receive many kinds of resources to promote recovery and well-being, including therapy, counseling, medication, housing options, and social services. It's important to note that while CareCourt has a very narrow focus, it really is focused on those people with schizophrenia or psychotic spectrum disorders. It's really important to note that, if you or your loved one do not qualify for CareCourt, there are still help out there for you. As I said, the department is here not just to help one segment of the population, but to really help people who are struggling with serious mental health issues to have a different kind of life outcome, to be able to live a fuller life, to be able to have a sense of being in community and thriving. And LA County DMH operates many programs, aside from CareCourt, that provide a spectrum of mental health services to people of all ages to support hope, recovery, and well-being. We are eager to work with you to determine which is best for you or your loved one. And services provided, again, include assessments and case management, different kinds of therapies, innovative treatments, social services, helping somebody get back to school, back to work, being able to reconnect with family and friends, being part of a community again. Services are provided in multiple settings, such as residential facilities, clinics, schools, hospitals, juvenile halls and camps, mental health courts, board and care homes, as well as in the community, on the streets. In fact, one of our fastest growing areas of service is our street psychiatry team. And we really try to take the services to meet people where they're at. Ultimately, our priority is to enable people to heal, live safely in their community, and thrive. And our goal is to ensure that there is no wrong door when someone reaches out for help. To learn more about CareCourt, how to file a petition, and other helpful information, please visit dmh.lacounty.gov/CareCourt, or you can get help now by calling our toll-free number 24/7 at 1-800-854-7771. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Slayton, for those kind words. Good morning, everyone, and I want to thank you all for being here. As those who came before me said, I want to extend a very special thank you to Supervisor Hahn for really making this possible in such a short period of time. As you've heard, Los Angeles was slated to receive CareCourt next year, but understanding the unique reality of the county we live in and the people we serve, Supervisor Hahn made a decision, and the right decision, to expedite our taking on this responsibility. And as those who came before me have said, we couldn't have done it without her leadership, which brought us together and really brought departments that oftentimes don't work well together into a collaborative relationship. So I want to thank you, Supervisor Hahn, Judge Jesner, for really being that linchpin amongst those of us who have to work day to day together on this project. Of course, Dr. Wong and your team for not only being a part of CareCourt, but as you heard from her, saying that it's not the only option. So for those who don't qualify, and I think I want to emphasize that, if people don't qualify, they're still open arms to receive them and welcome them into county treatment. So thank you, all of you. Good morning. As I've said, I am Ricardo Garcia. I am the Los Angeles County Public Defender. But as I like to say, I am your Los Angeles County Public Defender. And for those who are Spanish speaking, buenos días. Soy el defensor público del Condado de Los Ángeles, Ricardo Garcia, y soy su defensor público. I'm going to continue in English, but I just want to let you know that I can do this in Spanish as well. Now, I am responsible for the legal representation of respondents who come into CareCourt. CareCourt is a novel approach. It's a new way of helping some of our most vulnerable and needy individuals within Los Angeles County through our judicial system. It gives us really another tool, a different approach, a way to address these very real problems and help some of our most challenged citizens. What it does is it allows us to take people who are experiencing schizophrenia, as you've heard, and similar disorders, and using the court system in a new and productive way, get them to the treatment they need. Now, this is a new program. It's the first time we're doing it here in LA. It's just barely launched in some other counties. It's going to start tomorrow. So we're not 100% certain what to expect from the CareCourt process. But what we do know, what I'm confident of, is that people in Los Angeles who are experiencing very real mental health crises will be able to receive additional help. I want to say that again, additional help. This is a tool, an additional tool through collaboration, through the people on this, right here today, working together to bring supportive, client-centered services. I want to say that again, client-centered services, whether in a facility or within the community. Now, it's important to manage our expectations, particularly our own here within the CareCourt programs, but also more importantly within community. CareCourt alone cannot and will not solve our homelessness crisis. Care Court alone cannot solve or end our mental health crisis, either in communities or in our county jails. But make no mistake, it is an important tool. It gives us something that we didn't have before, and we need that. We need that in Los Angeles, perhaps more than anywhere else in the state of California. And I'm happy that we're bringing this to Angelenos. To those who are concerned that Care Court will lead to forced treatment or detention, I want to emphasize, participation in Care Court is absolutely voluntary. And every respondent, every person who becomes part of Care Court has the absolute right to legal representation. Care Court, which was created, the CARE Act, which created Care Court, placed that legal representation squarely in the responsibility of the Public Defender's Office, within my office. And while the role of lawyers is different in Care Court, and I want to emphasize this, that it is not designed to be adversarial. It is a different structure. Traditionally in our courts, we see the attorneys on either side or even with the court fighting, battling, in conflict. And that's how it needs to be in our criminal legal system when a person has the presumption of innocence. But this is different. This is a collaborative process designed not to be adversarial. This is a process where the lawyers are there to protect the respondents' rights and to make sure their liberty is not violated. That is key. However, the lawyers will not only protect a respondent's legal rights to voluntary participation, but will act as advocates. They will act as advocates who encourage, who help, and who move our clients to complete the treatment programs, to be engaged in the treatment programs, should our clients choose to do so. It's voluntary. Now, I'm assigning all Care Court cases and responsibilities to the newly formed Independent Defense Counsel Office, led by Program Director Marco Sainz, who's here in the audience. IDCO, as we call it, IDCO, is a new independent and legally glass-walled office under the auspices of the Public Defender's Office. IDCO is administered separate and without interference from public defender operations. They're a wholly separate legal office within our office. IDCO is ready, they're willing, and they are very capable to take on this important responsibility. They are here for the legal representation of Care Court respondents, and I have 100% confidence in the IDCO team and their ability to appropriately do what we need them to do. IDCO will make certain that our loved ones, that your loved ones, are in good hands, and that they are well served by the opportunities that Care Court will provide members of Los Angeles who need this help. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me to be here today on this important occasion. Many of you know the National Alliance on Mental Illness. We're the largest grassroots organization in the United States helping families deal with mental health crises. Our Los Angeles chapter, our Greater Los Angeles County chapter, is serving literally thousands of families every year in dealing with mental health crises. I'm the board president of NAMI Greater Los Angeles County and also NAMI Glendale. We firmly support the Care Court, and we fought vigorously in Sacramento and elsewhere to have the Care Court become a reality. We believe that Care Court will become a critical addition to the programs available to support mental health because it targets a specific population that is very difficult to attract to treatment: those living with schizophrenia and similar psychotic disorders. NAMI families with children or siblings or spouses or other relatives living with these conditions know firsthand how difficult it is to get their loved ones to accept treatment. I meet these families every week. As you may know, a hallmark of schizophrenia is a lack of insight into one's own illness, and that results often in a rejection of treatment. Today, we see far too much of the cycle of short-term holds or short-term hospitalizations followed by relapses. Care Court can be the nudge that we need for loved ones living with schizophrenia to obtain necessary treatment for the time needed to have that treatment take hold, to get on and stay on a path toward mental health stability. We are confident that NAMI families will embrace this program. I've talked to many. They're very excited about it. They have a lot of questions, as I think we all do. I refer them to an excellent website at namicalifornia.org/care, which literally walks families through the petition process and clearly explains how that can be done in any of the counties that have adopted it, including Los Angeles County. We look forward to working with our partners without the county, and I want to take a second to applaud the efforts of Supervisor Hahn and her colleagues on the Board of Supervisors, who, as many have said today, advanced this program almost a full year before many of the other counties in California will adopt it, recognizing the urgency and need in this county for these services. We look forward to continuing to work with our departments, with the Department of Mental Health, our partners there, including Dr. Wong. We think this is an incredibly important program, and we encourage all of you in the media, so good of you to be here today to spread the word